Horns at the ready, it's time to get some work in. Hi, I'm Brian from Airflow Music. Welcome back to another video. This is the October 7th edition of our Go Practice Daily series. I hope you're having a great day today. I'd rather enjoyed the exercise we played yesterday, which was a new one, at least in the recent times. So that's what we're going to revisit again today. If you missed yesterday's video, this is a static tonguing drill called the 5-bar exercise, and it consists of a 5-bar rhythmic pattern repeated on a series of notes. The rhythmic pattern in this particular version is going to be 1 bar of 8th notes or quavers, 1 bar of 8th note triplets, 1 bar of 16th notes or semi-quavers, a 1 bar hold, followed by a 1 bar rest. And the sequence of notes we're going to play this on in part 1 starts on low C and works chromatically down to low F sharp. I'm going to make one slight change from yesterday, which is to increase the tempo slightly. So we're going to go up to 84 beats a minute. But other than that, everything we're doing is the same. We're going to keep this as a nice tenuto tongue, no gaps in between notes, nice smooth form of articulation. And I'm going to play this as a long setting. So I'll keep the mouthpiece on my lips throughout each part. For part 1, that's through all 7 pitches. Anyway, let's play this. Once again, we're going at 84 beats a minute. Part 1 went fairly smoothly, as one would expect. I'm feeling no ill effects from the slightly faster tempo. This is honestly a little slower than I would usually personally play it. But I want to give everyone else a chance to get it under their belts a little bit before we move up in tempo really significantly. With part 1 done, it's time to move on to part 2. Now, in this part of the exercise, as you'll remember, we play the same rhythmic pattern, but now the sequence of notes starts on low C and works chromatically upwards, topping out at high C. We're going to play this long setting once again, but this time it's slightly different. I'm going to maintain that setting as we move up the chromatic scale until I can't go on with it any longer. So in yesterday's video, I made it to about a G at the top of the staff before I needed to break the setting, and at that point took a short break and then continued onwards. We'll see how we do today. I imagine it'll be a somewhat similar result. Other than that, everything we're dealing with is the same. The articulation is the same, the rhythmic pattern is the same, the tempo is the same, still 84 beats a minute. Let's play part 2. That's enough for me right now. Very short break, about 15 or 20 seconds, enough to get the mouthpiece off the lips, reset, and then start back from where we left off. Part 2 was interesting today. I actually didn't make it quite as far up the scale as I did in yesterday's video. Yesterday I broke and reset at the G, and today it was at the F. So it's interesting to see how these things change from day to day. I didn't feel quite so comfortable in that long setting much of the way up, so I was definitely ready for it by the time I got to that F. But then actually the notes from F on upwards after I'd reset felt a little more comfortable and a little easier than they did yesterday. So there's a positive thing. As before, the thing we need to do, if you've just played along with this, you'll know that your corners are hurting a little right now. Mine certainly are. And so it's necessary to take a couple of minutes break at this point, as we are right now. But with that being said, it will shortly be time to move on to part 3. Now, part 3, as you'll remember, is actually the same as part 1. So once again, we're going to play the same rhythmic pattern, same tempo, same everything. And at this point, the sequence of notes is going to be starting again on the low C and then working its way back down to the low F sharp. This is really a cool down of sorts to help get everything back in balance a little bit before we take a longer break afterwards to really let our chops relax and let everything get back to normal. Anyway, I think that's more or less enough time. So let's crack on and play part 3. Once again, we're going at 84 beats a minute. Playing part 3 seems like such a small thing, but oh goodness me, it does feel good after that arduous long setting on part 2. Just to play those low notes again and get calmed down there. I really rather enjoy that, maybe my favourite part of the exercise. How about you? How have you found this? How are you getting on with that extra long setting in part 2? And overall, what are the benefits you're feeling from doing this? I have my own ideas about that, but I'm interested to hear what you think, so please do leave me a comment down below and tell me. Other than that, that's all I have for you in this one. If you've enjoyed this video and playing along with the exercise, then please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll be back with another one tomorrow, and until then, I think you know very well what to do. Go practice.